The real mystery of Lovelock is not what they found, but what they immediately lost. The official academic community stepped in, and almost overnight, the most compelling pieces of evidence went into the institutional black hole. When you are dealing with a story that confirms frightening local legends, and the physical proof, the giant red-haired skulls, disappears into museums and is never seen again, you have to ask, was this an act of preservation or an act of suppression? They knew the discovery could fundamentally rewrite the accepted history of the Americas, and that is a timeline the establishment is unwilling to break. We can't rely on the bones, but we can look at the artifacts that did remain in the record. They confirm a people who were culturally and technologically distinct from the indigenous Paiute. They were called the Tool Eaters because of their massive woven reed boats. The Paiute used simple rafts, but the Siteka constructed large, complex vessels. The skill involved suggests a people with a long history of seafaring. Could these giants have traveled across the Pacific or the Atlantic, arriving as an early, isolated wave of maritime explorers? The sophistication of the duck decoys they left behind is astonishing. They were intricately feathered and painted, so accurate that they could be mistaken for the real birds from a distance. This isn't just survival craft. This is a highly developed art and technology, suggesting a culture with time and intellectual capacity beyond basic hunter-gatherer existence. The existence of these people, the Siteka, forces us to consider a radical proposition: that the Americas were not settled by a single, monolithic group crossing the Bering Strait. Instead, perhaps they were the destination for multiple, distinct migrations, some of them incredibly ancient, some of them physically colossal, and some of them carrying genetic traits, like that striking red hair, that were simply not native to this land. Lovelock Cave is a time capsule, and its contents suggest a much, much stranger Earth than the one currently taught in our textbooks.